point is, if we have safety concern issues in Green Valley, Sahuarita, we need to deal with those. And I would submit holistically, not just police, but that's another discussion. The thing is, we shouldn't be using Operation Stonegarden monies where Border Patrol is the lead agency and has to, even within this, all overtime operations must be pre-coordinated with the Border Patrol sector. So what I want is more information. Costs, racial profiling,
and I'm sorry to cut you off.
And the whole model thing.
So what I've written down, the additional information that you would like to have, some of which we can probably produce, some of which I don't know that we now have to look at it. You want a Department of Homeland Security overall mission.
The whole government, because that implicates you guys here and all of us. How this fits in the whole government.
And you want information in regards to county costs. Can you be specific on that?
The accompanying costs that I guess continue to be tracked on what the county was having to pay for Stonegarden operations above what they're reimbursing us. You know, there was a cost.
Okay.
I don't know if you recall, but during the debates, they established that it wasn't just free money, that the county had to also pay in terms of retirements, in terms of all kinds of stuff. But, you know,
well, let me address that specifically. You're talking about EREs, or employee related expenses. That is 100% covered by Stonegarden. Some of the costs that I think are more accurate as far as we're not able to recover is the mileage fee that Pima County charges the Sheriff's Department for department vehicle use. And I couldn't quote you numbers, but that fee that Pima County Fleet charges the Sheriff's Department per mile is more than the state reimbursable rate. And so in that capacity, it's not a complete cost containment, but there's nothing that we can do to change that because that is stipulated in the grant.
So anyway, I guess, but from here on out, are we continuing to monitor both costs to the Pima County and the issue of racial profiling that came out during the hearings on Stonegarden, people that had actually been harassed and stopped in and around these checkpoints?
So,
if we're putting in data requests, could I also request a few pieces? I don't know. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. We have the 2016 site-to-stop ratio under Stonegarden. I've been requesting for a few months now the 2016 site-to-stop ratio, not for Stonegarden. Pima County Sheriff's Department site-to-stop ratio, not under Stonegarden. And then I was also wondering if I could have those data for 2017. They should be at least partially available now. So the site-to-stop ratio for Stonegarden in 2017, when Sheriff Napier said that at one point he said you'll like it. It looks much better than 2016, and I want to see that. That is what I want to see. And then also if I could have the 2017 site-to-stop ratio not under Stonegarden as well to compare the two.
and if I may, I know that we're working on that. There were some technical issues in extracting that information accurately, and I won't bore anyone with details, but we're working on developing an accurate figure so that we can produce those statistics for you as well.
Okay, I really appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so we're running close to our 2-hour limit. Do we have any more questions that we can get through?
And if there's any other federal monies designated with this kind of collaboration with CBP or ICE?
So there are two grants that may come before the commission at some point in the future, and fortunately we have our local experts here that perhaps can address a couple of questions. But there is a joint criminal investigations funding source through the U.S. Treasury Department and ICE, and another one, joint criminal investigations. Both of these are for overtime and/or overtime and mileage for basically personnel costs. So I'll throw it back to our guys from our narcotics section to kind of discuss those two, please.
TIAF, which is the Treasury Executive Office Asset Forfeiture Grant, That grant is presented to us as overtime grant, and the deputies use it not only for specific missions out of my section, which is narcotics, special investigations, but in just general course of business of the Sheriff's Department. If street level guys are involved in a narcotics case, whether it's a 911 call or the result of a traffic stop, when it's above the street level deputies' purview, they call out detectives, which are mine, and they can fund that overtime off of TIOP. They can write it off to TIOP so long as it has a narcotics nexus. So again, it's basically supplementing the overtime budget for the Sheriff's Department.